We had a client ad account 3 months ago or so that got shut down. It happens. That same team would schedule on average about 50 to 70 appointments for that clinic, for that client every month. Guess how many appointments they scheduled for that client in the month where he had no ads running because his ad account got shut down? 52. I have a video, which was kind of a webinar on my YouTube channel about how I got 127 clients in 2.5 months. Anybody see that? I had some realizations, and you know, the best stuff is when you stick at something long enough and you learn all these things, you're like, oh, I didn't mean for that to happen, but it did happen. Okay. And I'll give you this dynamic because it'll make selling your next thing that much easier. For us, it has made it so much easier. And here it is. When I transitioned from a SMMA, so social media marketing agency, which is my service was I will run Facebook, Instagram ads to get you leads for new patients. In my case, that was the service. Okay. When I did that, there's all of these things that come with it. And if you guys have been in the space, you know, whether you're running the ads yourself or you're hiring media buyers or you're training people, whatever it is, there's the account setup, there's, you know, the campaign setup, all of the things. Did I get the spelling correct? Am I getting results? Yada, yada, yada. All those things that you're doing that now UpHex automates for you, but you do all of those things. And whenever you make a single mistake, whenever you misspell the name or you do the quote targeting wrong based on the customer's, you know, feedback, whenever you do one of these things wrong, immediately the expectation from the end user, the client, is who I'm working with, that service provider sucks. Like, we're out of exchange. Now you are behind the 8 ball immediately, the first time it happens. And it's not even a 3-strike rule, not most times. It's like a 2-strike rule. Okay. So the second that happens, there's a really bad exchange between the SMMA side and the client side. Okay. Immediately they equate what they're paying you to your lack of perfection. Now, when you transition into SaaS and you decouple the people and you say, hey, you turn it on, you click the button and it's perfectly executed. Well, it being perfectly executed is like an expectation of the result they wanted that is like in sync, like that matched up. You did that right. The other thing, because it's SaaS, there's no people involved. So what do you get to do? You then get to shift the blame. And this is what I found. This is what I learned. You then get to shift the blame of the actual results. So if it's in my case, doctors, them getting patients. If it's, you know, Randy's case, students, like you then get to shift the blame. And I don't want, that's a bad word, but the outcome, you shift that on them. Because you're like, hey, we have, you know, 100 other people using this same ad, or 10 other people, whatever the number is, 3 other people, 4 other people using the same ad, and they're getting results with it. Let's talk about why you're not. Okay. And for me, what that does, my next tier of value is I upsell people to my done for you package. And all my done for you package is like basically in-house lead nurturing services, which we call like basically outsourced marketing department. And what I do is I say, okay, in the last week, you got 20 leads. My team would have got, out of 20 leads, we would have scheduled 42%. So half, that's like, what is that? 8 or 9. We would have scheduled 8 or 9 appointments. How many were you guys able to schedule? And they'll be like, 1. I said, okay, well, by hiring us, you would have got an 800% increase. All right. If I got you 8 and you got you 1, how many patients do you think you would get with mine as opposed to what you're getting with yours? And then you just present to them this very straightforward thing. And the other thing I love about that is my team, they don't focus on like that part of the team. They don't focus on the leads at all. All they're doing is lead nurture, lead harvest, lead nurture, lead harvest. And one really cool kind of testament to focusing on that is we had a client ad account 3 months ago or so that got shut down. It happens. That same team would schedule on average about 50 to 70 appointments for that clinic, for that client every month. Guess how many appointments they scheduled for that client in the month where he had no ads running because his ad account got shut down? 52. And this is where I get my clients, like the actual end user. When I would talk to them about this, they'd like their eyes would glass over and they'd be, I don't understand. I don't get it. Well, because we're not just harvesting from the leads that we got within the last week. We have a pool of leads that we nurture, and that, when the timing is right, we will fill the schedule with them. So luckily, the good news is, Doc or whatever, we've been marketing now for over a year. Cool. We have a really big finding pool. So what do we really do? We automate lead generation, and then we nurture and we harvest from a finding pool. That's what we're doing. That's real marketing. Okay. They think it's a vending machine. It's farming. Okay. So the cool thing that I will say, and this kind of goes back to what Joe was talking about, is everybody says the fortune's in the follow-up, but they leave it at a very shallow explanation of what that really means.